全日本プロレスをやめちゃいました。馬場さんから何か言われましたか？
Consider yourself Japanese。
もう君はもう日本人の仲間入りだっていうふうには言われました。
じゃあ、まず90年と言いますと、2月10日ですかね、新日本プロレスの東京ドームでビッグバンベイダーと一騎打ち、ニュージャパンとオールジャパンの、ナンバーワン外人の戦いということですごい試合になって、ハンセンさんのブルーロープ、あれカウベルかなんか当たってベイダーがこんなになっちゃったみたいな。
Well, I swung around the cowbell and in the rope and everything, but that's not what happened to Vader's eye. I punched him in the eye. It wasn't the bell or the rope.
ああいう舞台で日本のファンはナンバーワン外人はどっちだみたいな目で見てる試合っていうのはかなりエキサイトしたんじゃないかなと。
Yeah, I think that the fans themselves were really interested to see a match between Vader and I. And Vader had a lot to, kind of prove. And I was really going strong at that time. So we both were very into protecting ourselves and being sure that, we looked good. But Vader was a real dude. He was a real deal. He was a big, strong, tough guy. I mean, I hit him and he hit me. I mean, it was probably the most physical match that I can remember having. And he hit me as hard as he could just about, and I hit him back, and I hit him in the eye, and of course that swelled up his eye and closed his eye during the match. But I wasn't intentionally trying to put his eye out or anything, but it did do damage to his eye.
で、後々僕ベイダーにインタビューしたことがあるんですけども、怪我は本当にアクシデントであって、自分としてはそのスタン・ハンセンという選手をリスペクトしてると。で、なぜならば彼は自分がグリーンボーイの時に、レオンホワイトの時ですよね、彼が AWA の世界チャンピオンだったと。で、自分はグリーンボーイだったのに、チャンピオンの彼が自分にチャンスをくれて、いっぱいタイトルマッチをやってくれて、自分は上に行くことができたから、ハンセンは恩人なんだと。その若いレオン・ホワイト時代のベイダーっていうのはどうだったんですか、ハンセンさん試合してて。
I appreciate Vader saying those nice things, about me. But I must say that of all the physical matches that I had, he was one of the most dominating individuals there was. He was big, strong, fast. And he actually could do some boxing and everything, and it was a brutal match. And even though I might have closed his eye in that match, I got back to the dressing room and I was completely rosy red from where he had pounded on me too.
彼は若い時からこの人は上に行ける選手だなっていうのはあったんですかね。
Some of the veteran wrestlers, they don't like to see young upcoming new wrestlers that will threaten their position or so oftentimes they don't treat young guys good. I looked at young talent as to be treated like I was treated by Moose Morowski and Carl Von Steiner. They treated me good. They taught me. They were willing to do that, and that made me think I can do the same thing, to somebody like Leon and the Road Warriors. I helped them, So anyway, yeah.
昔世界のプロレスっていう番組ありましたよね。あれで、現地からの放送で、ハンセンさんとハーリーレイスが組んで ウォリアーズの AWA 世界タッグに挑戦した試合っていうのは確かあったと思うんですけど、まあそのウォリアーズもまあニュージェネレーションですけど、彼らはいかがでしたか、やってて。
I remember that match. It was down in Tampa, Florida, and the Road Warriors were, just starting out, and they were really doing really well, And Harley Race and I were just kind of thrown together. We had never ever tagged before. I mean, we wrestled each other a number of times, but never ever tagged. And all of a sudden, they threw us in against the Road Warriors, and it was a different kind of match. Harley was one style. I was the more of the Japanese style, and the Road Warriors were, they were fairly young and green, but they did a number of good things too. It was a good match. During that match, Mike, the Road Warrior, the Hawk, Hawk, he was on the floor, and I had my cowbell and everything, and he was down on the floor, and he was making the Road Warrior, So I took the bell, and I hit him in the head. I thought he would duck, but I hit him right in the head and just split his head wide open, and he never forgot that. But we got along good, really.
ね、そういうこともありますよね。はい、プロレスで今ね。じゃあまたね、90年に戻すと、またちょっと90年と言いながらバックしちゃうかもしれないんですけども、東京ドームで、ね、新日本でタッグを組んでいたハルクホーガンと一騎打ちなんていうのもありましたね。しかも、本当はホーガン対テリーゴディだったのがいきなりホーガン対スタンハンセンにね。
Hogan and I had teamed up a little bit with New Japan, when I was still, before I went to All Japan and everything. And so we had a kind of a bit of a history there. And then he was coming for New Japan against All Japan, and it was supposed to be Terry Gordy. And for some reason, Terry Gordy decided he didn't want to do the match just like a couple of days before the dome, and everybody was already here, for this big show at the Tokyo Dome. And John Baba, called me up, and I was off the card. I wasn't even on the card, and but I was in Japan, and he said you need to come and work against Hogan. I said, well, what happened to Terry Gordy? Anyway, problem with Terry Gordy, he's not going to wrestle. Okay. Yeah, I said okay, and so we went out and we had that match.
あとはどうでしょう、新日本時代のそのホーガンと見ると、結構プライベートでも仲がいい感じで、すごいハンセンさんがアシストしてあげたんじゃないかな、日本で彼が成功するために。その辺はいかがだったんですかね。
I think that Hogan, I had a little more experience than Hogan did, but he was a very impressive guy. He's 6'8", 300 pounds, cut up, big, muscles and everything. He was impressive. So, New Japan really liked him, too, and were, pushing him on his own. But we were teamed up together, and we got along well together. And so at that point in time, we were pretty close.
ニューヨークも一緒にサーキットした時期ありませんでしたっけ、ホーガンと。短い間だけど。
I'm trying to think if Hogan was there during that time. I think I was with Hogan a little bit before for about 3 or 4 months there out of New Japan, booked me in there, and I kind of did some WWE shows from different places. But I don't remember, being there when Backlund was there because I wrestled against Backlund and Bruno during that time. I think I don't remember Hogan being in New York at that time.
じゃあ、90年代ようやく日本マットに行きます。はい。で、やっぱり90年で一番大きな出来事は、天龍さんが全日本プロレスを辞めちゃいました。で、その時にハンセンさんは馬場さんから何か言われましたか？こうしてほしいとか、これからこう頑張ってほしいとか。
Well, I mean, I think it was, you know, it was a shock that Tenyu left, and I understand, you know, that maybe the reason he did it or whatever. Everybody wants to be the, you know, whatever. I mean, that was Tenyu's decision to do that, but I was committed to Giant Baba, and Mr. Baba, you know, came to me and, you know, he says, you know, consider yourself Japanese, you know, and, you know, you have a job as long as you want it. But, you know, during that time, you know, there was a you know, Jumbo, bless his heart, you know, he was gone. And, you know, then Tenyu left and took a number of people. So there was a big vacuum in, you know, the All Japan young talent. You know, Mizawa, Kawada, and Kobashi mainly, and also Taue maybe came in a little bit later. But those three were still stayed with, you know, All Japan and Giant Baba. So he naturally started pushing them, and he said, "You go out and you beat these wrestlers. You keep them down as much as you can." And that's exactly what I did. And but they were fighting and fighting hard to come up. So you know that all three of those guys became really great stars.
でまあそれまではその全日本のプロレスってハンセンさんがいて鶴田さんがいて天龍さんがいてもういわゆる大きい人たちがガンガンぶつかるプロレスだったのがもう、まあ、小橋は、ね、大きかったですけどみんな三沢とか川田小さいんでこうスピーディーに動き回っていっぱい技を出してみたいな日本のスタイルが変わったと思うんですけどそのスタイルの変化っていうのはハンセンさんはどう感じましたかね
They were, you know, I said, Bob, I said, keep them down. I meant that, you know, he wanted me to make them fight, you know, that don't just, you know, because there's only the 2 or 3 new guys, don't just let them have it easy. And I didn't, and I fought, and I knew the more I fought them, the more they fought me. And I think that was part of how they all three were developed into the great talents that they are.
だからああいう試合になるとスピーディーな試合に当然ハンセンさんも同じスピードで試合をして結果試合の時間も長くなってったりするじゃないですか。かなりご本人もハードだったんじゃないですかね。
Yeah, I mean, they pushed me really hard. If I was going to do the job that, you know, John Bobby expected me to do, I had to really be aggressive and go after them and be. So that's where I was talking the other night about doing step-ups in the stairwell. I'd be doing that, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning to make sure that I could go like I needed to go.
先にタウェイが入って後ろからハンセンさんに行くとブルーロープ振り回すんであれが痛くてしょうがないですよ。どけよ。
It's easy. I take my glasses off. I can't see nobody. Everybody is legal.
もうメガネを外すと何にも見えないんでだから選手もファンもみんな一緒なんですよね。